I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I don't think it's going to be a close race. I think there are going to be those Republicans that just vote for Harris.
3 days later.
I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so... Shut up! I think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a blowout.
I think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I don't think it's going to be a close race.
It's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. She was right about that blowout. Oh, she was right about that blowout. Listen, it's post-election now. Trump stomped a mud hole in Kamala and the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even close, won all the swing states. But I'm not here to talk about that. I mean, you guys already know that shit. I'm here to talk about the delusion, right? So before the election first started, everybody was riding the coattails. Kamala, first black woman, first woman, yada, 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 yada. If you ask me, she ain't black. She Indian, all right? I just think there will never be a woman president, but that's just my thoughts. Let me show y'all what happened in the beginning with the Democrats as far as like everybody riding them. Let's take a look at this real quick.
I don't think it's going to be a close race. I think there are going to be those Republicans that just vote for Harris.
It'll be tied on Election Day, as always it will. The polls will be tied, and then he'll lose.
You call us trash? Oh, J.D. Vance, you just effed up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin.
Why does she sound like that for? Like she was having a damn orgasm or something.
Then I would say take Harris over 270 electoral votes. Let these fools in these crypto markets do something. Let them drive the betting line into a favorable place and then take advantage of it. That's what I would do. I think she's going to win.
This month, you wrote Trump is toast. Do you stand behind that today?
Oh, even more so.
So there you had it. Trump is toast. Nah, Trump made toast. And Kamala was the butter on his damn toast. So they were stomping hard. I mean, I don't expect people that are going for a certain party to do nothing else than stomp hard. Oh, as a matter of fact, so these people on talk shows, politicians and whatnot, they weren't the only ones stomping. Kamala had to do the whole celebrity thing. Like, my stance on celebrities, they could be a gift and a curse. And quite frankly, if you win, it's a gift. If you lose, it's a fucking curse. Check out some of these celebrities that was stomping hard.
Yo soy boricua, pa que tú lo sepas. They said they needed a Puerto Rican in Allentown. And boy, I was more than honored to come out here and talk to my people.
Do is elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.
You're on the brink of an election.
Why Oprah always talk like that? What we do is that we love against the love. Like, it's like she's acting all the time or some shit.
Do is elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.
You're on the brink of an election that demands a choice. A choice between backwards and forwards. A choice between the past and the future. A choice between divided and united. I am Puerto Rican. Soy boricua carajo. And yes, I was born here. And we are Americans.
Why was she reading that? She had to read Soy Boricua Tayado, whatever the fuck she said. She had to read that? Yeah. All right, okay, we know you're Puerto Rican. That's why you shouldn't have played Selena. They should have had a Mexican woman play her. But anyway. All right, you're Puerto Rican. I got it. All right, I got it. I got all that.
To me, if you want it.
What's up, Milwaukee? How you guys doing? I'm nervous. I'm excited. What's up, y'all?
It's like everything she's saying. I'm excited. Woo! What's up, y'all? Woo! My name is Cardi B. Woo! Good day, huh? Woo! Bruh.
1 second, guys. 1 second. Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years. Thank you.
So proud to be here with two of my daughters. Please welcome Kelly and Beyonce.
You know the Beyonce and Kelly, not so much Kelly, but Beyonce. The Beyonce endorsement, I was just like, whoa. Now, is Jay gonna come out? But I knew Jay-Z wasn't coming out. But I was surprised as hell. Surprised as hell. But you know, it's all about that bread, man.
Welcome to my Houston family. H-Town.
What up, though?
Let me just say one thing about Eminem. I've never heard, this is my first time ever hearing Eminem say, what up, though? If y'all don't know, that's slang in Detroit. They say, what up, though? I've never heard him say that. I never heard anybody in D12 say that. I'm just saying. Proceed.
So look, I wrote down a few things I wanted to say. I love you too. Thank you. I'm here tonight for a couple of important reasons. As most of you know, the city of Detroit and the whole state of Michigan mean a lot to me.
So, racist. Y'all remember before he was going hard against Trump before Eminem. I think he was just trying to get some brownie points. That's my opinion. But y'all remember this freestyle, if you may.
Racism's the only thing he's fantastic for. Cause that's how he gets his rocks off and he's orange. Yeah, sick tan. That's why he wants us to disband, cause he cannot withstand the fact we're not afraid of Trump walking on eggshells. I came to stomp. That's why he keeps screaming, drain the swamp, cause he's in quicksand.
I mean, that was alright, I guess. It was alright, I guess. But we all know Kamala and the Dems. All right. So remember, they were very prideful, which you're supposed to be, had all the celebrities. Then it's like, oh, what's going on with our country? Why is our country like this? Check out these clips now.
We need to really take a step back and think about what does that say about us?
People who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare.
I'd like to know what that says about us as a country.
I'm mystified in some ways. Who are we as a country? And we're starting to find out. And from what I'm seeing right now, I'm not sure I like it.
Yeah, he was low-key moist too, but he was kind of babbling. What are we as a country? A country that don't want Kamala. That's what we are as a country. A country that wants strong leadership and somebody with a backbone. That's what we are as a country. Somebody who doesn't want 1 billion illegal immigrants invading our neighborhoods and whatnot and just destroying stuff, literally gangs. That's what we are as a country. Person that wants change. That's who we are as a country. You know, Trump's cabinet, he's like creating a goddamn like Avengers with this cabinet he's creating, you know. And round of applause to RFK, he's gonna be cracking down on the food industry. Now, the food industry to me is like the mafia. Like, it's gonna be hard, real hard to come at them. All right, he was talking about in Europe, there's like 2 ingredients in Fruit Loops, but here in America, there's like 20. Yeah, America profits off of fattening us up. That's why. So who we are as a country, like what's going on, we're confused. And then, you know it was coming. You know the whole good old racism and sexism was coming.
There's still a lot of racism and gender bias in this country. And I think for us to ignore that and not try to bring that front and center so we can heal that would mean that we would end up in the same place. Kamala Harris is a woman of color in an interracial marriage, running as a woman to be the head of state.
As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country.
Being a mixed race woman from California maybe doomed her candidacy from the start.
Yo, I think these motherfuckers be watching each other and just talking. Just like, oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna say that shit. A mixed race woman, we got a mixed race, bruh.
And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Pointing back to 2016, sexism, I'm going to say also racism and bias had to have played a role.
Now let me state the obvious.
It had to have played a role. Had to have played a role. It just had to be a role in this. According to her, it had to be playing a role. Like, if you're gonna say something, back it up.
One person is a woman, and this now makes Trump 2 for 2 in beating out a woman to become our president. Let me just ask this simply. It could be tough to answer. Is this country not ready for a woman to become president?
If she were a 6'4" white man,
I'll answer that. No, we don't want it.
white man from Arkansas or from, Florida, and she ran a good middle-of-the-road campaign talking about reaching out. Do you think she would be losing by that much? If she could like chew tobacco
with them policies, bruh, she's losing regardless. She's losing regardless.
A shotgun and talk about football and be a guy's guy. I mean, you tell me.
There are levels of sexism and racism that clearly a lot of people in this country are willing to tolerate.
Let's be honest about this.
So if we don't vote for somebody, if I don't pick somebody, no matter what it is, a pickup basketball game, it can be a cooking thing, a play, a musical. If I don't pick that person because they're a woman, means I'm sexist. Or if I don't pick that person because they're Indian, that means I'm racist. If I don't pick that person because they're homosexual, then I'm anti-LGBT. I mean, no. She didn't have any kind of real things going. Like her website wasn't even showing nothing. She didn't have no real policies. I still don't know her policies. I still don't know them.
To tolerate.
Let's be honest about this, okay? Let's be absolutely blunt about it. There were appeals to racism in this campaign, and there is racial bias in this country, and there is sexism in this country. And anybody who thinks that did not in any way impact on the outcome of this race is wrong.
So he just said there is racism, there is sexism, sexual bias. Yes, it is. So when a black man's getting his ass stomped in by the police, do y'all bring up the racism shit? Nah, but it's because you have alliance to the Democrats, you want to bring up all this racism shit.
I'm not saying that was the main reason that Kamala Harris lost and Donald Trump won it.
I think that we've got to be honest. Among Hispanic men and black men, there's a lot of misogyny.
Bruh. Al Sharpton, like in all reality, Al Sharpton, if you're not a Hispanic man, you're not a Hispanic woman, because most Hispanic men date Hispanic women. You're not a Hispanic woman to make that assumption. All right? You're not a female, you're not a black female, even though you try to look like one throughout the 80s. You're not a black female. Let a female tell us that. So if a man is, because we know what era we're in now. We're in the soft era. We're in misogyny and this, that, and the third. Male chauvinist. If a man puts his foot down and has boundaries and says, I am a man, I'm gonna operate as such, then you call misogyny. That's just ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. No, so that makes me question my question. What's the definition of misogyny? Right? Misogyny, the dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. Use that in a sentence. She felt she was struggling against thinly disguised misogyny. All right, so if I love women, I don't dislike them at all. I love them. I love my sisters. I got daughters. Right? I got a mama. I love women. Being prejudiced is, I think, something that most people have. Most people are prejudiced, whether they want to admit it or not. It's how you act and what you do with those prejudices that really matters. All right? But just like there's misogyny, what about that other word? Y'all know what it is. What about misandry? And misandry is essentially...
Among Hispanic men.
Oh, my bad, y'all. Misandry is exactly the same thing. It's just the opposite definition. So misandry is going to be the dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against men. Poorly disguised misandry. So it's the same thing. So one would say all these feminists out here in these streets, I've made a couple of videos about them, one would argue they're misandrous. But who am I? I'm just one guy. I'm just one guy.
Flawless campaign.
So after that, so we went from, what is our country really? Then we went to misogynist, racism, sexism. Then we went to, I don't know where they got this from, saying that she ran a flawless campaign. A flawless campaign, but she lost. That is anything but flawless. As a matter of fact, that's the opposite of flawless. Check this out.
Flawless campaign.
President Harris ran an incredible campaign. And I think because she ran an incredible campaign, it's been very telling about who we are.
Because she ran an incredible campaign, she lost. What are we talking about, y'all?
Because her campaign did focus on the threat to democracy.
I think that she ran a flawless campaign, and I maintain that. I think now it's the time for us to work.
I thought she did a phenomenal job.
Yep.
She went all out.
Stephen A. just wanted to get some applause. He's trying to get some brownie points. He had his eye on some chick in the audience, probably.
She did what she could.
You cannot use her failed run in 2019 and hold her against her after watching this.
Who was even mentioned? Bro, I don't even remember her running in 2019. I remember her going, ain't that the truth, Fife? Well, Fife dog been dead. I remember just saying dumb shit like that. We smelled this a long time ago. We knew about her, but no one didn't even mention her other failed run. Thanks for bringing it up, sir.
Incredible campaign she's run now.
I think Kamala Harris hit her marks. I think most everybody that saw her campaign thought that she far exceeded expectations and that the loss was less about...
If she far exceeded expectations and got washed, what were the original expectations? For her to get double wash for it to be a flawless victory for Trump if she exceeded expectations? Curious.
Less about the campaign she ran and more about where Americans were.
And nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone.
Well, what's up with the Queen Latifah drop? I didn't even know Queen Latifah endorsed her. But like I said again, these news outlets, these people, they all use the same verbiage, use the same shit. I don't understand. Somebody in the comments help me out with this flawless campaign she run. I don't know what the fuck they talking about, man. So after this flawless victory, Kamala and other Democrat governors and whatnot said, we gonna fight. No, they said we gonna fight. If Trump try to tell you what to do, we not gonna do that. We just gonna fight. It sounds a little familiar. It sounds like January 6th to me. All right, now I don't got no opinion on January 6th right now. I thought that was some bullshit. It was just funny watching it happen, in my opinion. But it sounds like she's saying now code words, all these people. And then at the end, it's going to be her talking about how much she wants to fight. But check out the other guys and gals talking about fighting.
If it's contrary to our values, we will fight to the death.
If Trump comes after your freedoms, I'll be there.
You come for my people. You come through me.
If you try to harm New Yorkers or roll back their rights, I will fight you every step of the way.
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result.
That's again, the same fucking words. And then the Queen Bee Kamala herself, the Queen Democrat, she wanted to reinforce what we here for, y'all. We here to
and joy in our fight for America's future. Fight, 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 fight. I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
That's what she looking like right there. That's Kamala right there, boy. There she go right there. There she go right there. Look at Kamala. So let me know what y'all thought about those clips and about this whole presidential thing. If are you like me and is so happy that this shit is over with? Let me know in the comments. You think Kamala is secretly trying to start a whole little resurrection going? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. KJ Media. All right, I'm out.